Even if you've had a fantastic consultation with the borrower during the pre-approval stages, you'll want to reach out again once the file is under contract. It's very common for anxiety and fear to build as they sign those documents, because it's often the largest purchase that one will make in their life. So there are three main components to this under contract call. The first is celebration. Acknowledge their process and help build that rapport and excitement. You want to think through how you want this person to feel and really tap into that emotional connection. If you haven't already, perhaps you take a peek at some photos from the listing or online and compliment them on areas of the house that you find appealing, and pull back on what you know about the client from prior conversations. An example of this is if they're moving from an apartment and now their children are going to be having their own bedrooms, it's a great opportunity to start, just having those conversations and building that excitement. Part 2 is going to be laying out the next stages of the process. Explain that you've made it through the hard part and reiterate what you've done so far to help them get to this point. Explain that the next steps of the process are going to be going by super quick, and we are going to need speedy responses on everything that we request in order to keep us aligned with all of those timelines. Take a few minutes to go over the interest rates and options for locking, along with those expected fees. And be sure to mention that this is a close estimate and that the fees are going to be changing slightly as we move along through the process and get those updated figures from the title company. Introduce the parties that they can expect to hear from during the process, and explain that you operate as a team. And again, to get the loan to closing on time, the borrower must respond promptly to all of their requests. And the last part of this call is going to be a pulse check, and this should be included on every call you have with the borrower, specifically asking how they feel on a scale from 1 to 10. And if they're not a 10, what can you do